Hey guys, what's going on? Forge here, back with another video on the Forge Gaming channel. Today we are going to be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. So this video is going to be split into three different parts. Part 1 is going to be the deck profile of the deck that I'm going to be using today. Part 2 is going to be the first duel, and part 2 is going to be the second duel. And I hope, I don't hope anything. Let's just go. Alright, so. Don't look at that, Gosuke. So, the deck we are going to be using today is the Red Dragon Archfiend deck. And I am running 3 Cherry and Matos, which comes very useful for when the card is destroyed and I have no combos set up. Because when it's destroyed by battle, I can special summon up to 2 more of this card from my deck to the field in defense position. I'm also running 3 Flamebell Fire Dogs, which when that card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, and it sends it to the graveyard, I can then special summon 1 fire monster with 200 or less defense from my deck, except another copy of Flamebell Fire Dog. So that is really useful for getting out my synchro monsters, which I'll get to after the main deck. I'm also running 3 Force Resonators. They're tuners, which is tuners are required to do a synchro summon, which this deck is all about. But when this card is face up and I control it, I can send it to the graveyard, then target 1 face up monster I control, and if it attacks that turn, my opponent cannot activate cards or effects that target a monster or monsters until the end of the damage step. Don't use that effect much. I just mainly use Force Resonator to synchro summon. On to our Jiragettos. I am running 3 Jiragettos in the deck. He doesn't really have a specific use other than to synchro summon and to boost attack. But I mainly use him to boost attack, which is during the battle step. I can activate my quick effect and special summon him from my hand to the field, and if I do, I gain 1,000 life points or health. Then I can only use that effect of Jiragetto once per turn, and then I can activate my second quick effect and tribute the card. Then by sending it to the graveyard, then target 1 face-up monster I control, and it gains 1,000 attack until the end of the next turn, which is really useful for getting a 2-turn kill, or 2-turn defeat. Next, I'm running 2 Red Gardenas. Red Gardena acts as like a hand trap. I can, if I'm controlling a Red Dragon Archfiend, and my opponent activates a card or effect, I can send it from my hand to the graveyard that turn, and monsters I control cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects, which is really useful for keeping my monsters on the field. Next, I'm running 3 Red Resonators. These guys work really good in a Red Dragon Archfiend deck, mainly because when the card is normal summoned, I can special summon 1 level 4 or lower monster from my hand. Which means, let's say if I have Red Resonator, Red Warg, and Force Resonator, I can normal summon him, activate his first effect, special summon a Force Resonator, but since I summoned a Resonator monster, I can then chain an effect of Red Wargs and special summon him to the field, and then then do a double tune synchro summon. Next, I'm running 3 red sprinters. that when the card is normal or special summoned, while I control no other monsters, I can special summon one level 3 or lower Fiend type tuner from my hand or graveyard. Now, I can only use that effect of Red Sprinter once per turn. Next, I'm running 3 Red Wargs. When like I said a few minutes ago, when I normal summon a Resonator monster, I can special summon the card from my hand to the field, but its attack is halved. So you see that this 1400 attack right here, if I use that effect, it goes from 1400 attack to 700 attack. But it wouldn't be staying around for long because I would synchro summon immediately. Next, so that's it for the monsters. We are now going to head on over into the spells. For the spells, I'm running 3 Monster Reborns. This is one of my more broken spells, because if one of my monsters is destroyed, I can activate it and target one monster in either player's graveyard and special summon it to my side of the field. So I could bring back one of my synchro monsters. Next, I'm running 3 Pot of Greeds for mainly for the draw power, which Pot of Greed, self-explanatory, draw 2 cards. Next, I'm running 3 Resonator calls. But this one is self-explanatory. I can add 1 Resonator monster from my deck to my hand. So I could add Red Resonator or Force Resonator to my hand. But I'd most likely do. But I would recommend adding Red Resonator to your hand just so you can get the combos off. That's it for the spells. Onto the traps. For the traps, I'm running 3 Mirror Forces. This trap is key to getting a second chance if you have nothing on the field. Because when an opponent's monster declares an attack while I control that card, I can activate it and destroy all of my opponent's attack position monsters. Now, it won't destroy defense position monsters because they're not in attack position. But it will destroy anything that is in attack position. Now, this card does have a limitation. It does not destroy spells and traps that your opponent controls. So you still have those to worry about. But eliminating your opponent's monster zones, that's the key. Next, I'm running 2 Red Carpets. If a dragon-type synchro monster is on the field that I control, I can target up to 2 Resonator monsters in my graveyard and special summon them both to the field in whatever position I want them to be in. Whether it's attack or defense, I can choose that one. For Reject Reborn, when an opponent's monster declares a direct attack on me, and now this for this effect to work, I have to have nothing on the field. I cannot have anything on the field for that effect to work. I can end the battle phase, then special summon 1 tuner monster and 1 synchro monster from my graveyard, but they have their effects negated or just turned off. That's it for the traps. On to the extra deck. For the extra deck, I'm running 2 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Banes. I contribute 1 monster, then target 1 Red Dragon Archfiend monster in my graveyard and special summon it. Now, when that card inflicts battle damage to my opponent, I could special summon 2 tuner monsters with the same name from my deck and 1 from my graveyard in defense position. Now that combo, the special summon first, then tributes combo works wonderfully if you're trying to get out one of your other boss monsters, which I'll be going over in a second. Red Dragon Archfiend, I run 2 of him. Red Dragon Archfiend is I mainly use for just eliminating my opponent's side of the monster zones, and then just inflicting large amounts of damage. Now, how I'm able to eliminate my opponent's entire monster zones is because of Red Dragon Archfiend's effect. I can destroy all defense position monsters my opponent controls. And we are running out of time, so I'm going to start speeding things up. Red Nova Dragon, the card gains 500 attack for each tuner monster in the graveyard. It cannot be destroyed by an opponent's card effects. Also, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, I can target the attacking monster, banish Red Nova Dragon, and if I do, stop the attack. And then during the next end phase, I can special summon Red Nova Dragon back to the field when it is banished by that effect. Red Rising Dragon, you only use to get out your combos. You can get out Red Dragon Archfiend with Red Rising Dragon, which I'll show you his effect, hopefully. Red Wyvern, I can destroy during either player's turn if a monster with higher attack than this synchro summoned card is on the field. I can destroy the one face-up monster on the field. Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend takes the name Red Dragon Archfiend when it's on the field, but once per turn, I can destroy as many special summoned effect monsters on the field as possible with attack less than or equal to this card's. And then to end things off, Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend, another one of your boss monsters. Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend and Red Nova Dragon are your boss monsters. Now, Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend, during the main phase, I can destroy all other cards on the field on either side, on both sides of the field, and just destroy my opponent's defenses. So that Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend is the only card left, and I'll show you his effect in one of the other two parts, depending on which one I get him out. But that's all for part 1. And I will see you guys in part 2. See you soon!